May 22nd, 2011.
This is a very dangerous situation. If you are in Joplin, please take cover.
Oh, no, all right, it's behind him. Oh, good God.
It's a massive tornado, massive destruction.
Have not found anyone alive, only found bodies.
An ordinary Sunday in Joplin became the deadliest tornado of the century, but that was only the beginning. What really happened that day? To understand it, we need to go back to 2011. That year is etched into memory as one of the deadliest, most active tornado seasons on record. Hundreds of lives lost, thousands forever marked. Meteorologists observed troubling signs, aggressive atmospheric fronts, and unusual instability. On April 27th, the atmosphere burst open, unleashing over 200 twisters from the void.
What happened is it was a perfect recipe for a weather alert nightmare.
They tore through the southern and eastern U.S., from Texas to Pennsylvania.
First responders who were here were so busy pulling the living from all of this debris, they were forced to ignore the dead. That's how bad this is. You can hear the sound of smoke detectors in the distance, but no one's here. There's the smell of death.
Homes are pulverized. There is a church up there that is just now a concrete slab. You can't even see where the wood and things that made up the church are.
In less than 60 seconds, the tornado had destroyed half the homes in town. The strongest tornado to hit Mississippi in more than 50 years.
These are the most devastating storms and tornadoes this community has seen since at least 1974.
For 4 days, a storm of biblical scale swept through the region. Nearly 360 tornadoes carved a path of destruction. Textbooks would later refer to it as the 2011 super outbreak.
The huge outbreak of tornadoes in late April 2011 was so bad that it earned a special name, Super Outbreak of 2011. Only once before, April 1974, did an outbreak get named a super outbreak.
Locals barely had time to catch their breath before the dust even settled. Tragedy struck again. On May 22nd, 2011, Joplin faced the costliest tornado in modern U.S. history, touched down, and changed everything. How did it happen? It started like a postcard spring morning. In northeast Joplin, families gathered to celebrate graduation. Laughter in the air, hugs all around, talk of futures just beginning. But there was something hidden, something no one saw unfolding. 190 miles to the west, the sky was starting to stir. Meteorologists were on high alert, watching every signal. 1:30 p.m., tornado watch number 341 was issued. The probability, 15%. For a town that had heard it all before, such warnings didn't sound like much. Nothing new, just another routine alarm. People were simply exhausted from living in constant survival mode. Unfortunately, familiarity dulls our instincts. Waiting can be a risky habit. 4 p.m., a thunderstorm appeared on radar. It rapidly intensified into a supercell. Then, it merged with another, forming a spiraling vortex, thousands of feet tall. Air began to spin like a drill. A mesocyclone locked onto Joplin like a target. 5:09 p.m. The National Weather Service issued a tornado warning for Jasper and Newton counties. The countdown began.
We're in western Joplin, so that's looking to the northwest. As we mentioned before, a high precipitation supercell, so that means you're not going to be able to see a tornado if there in fact is one on the ground. Right now it looks like we just have some reports of a funnel cloud.
5:17 p.m. The warning was updated. 28 sirens wailed across the city. Emergency alerts echoed on radio, TV, and weather channels. This time, the storm would teach a harsh lesson. Sirens aren't always heard, especially with windows closed. The hills and valleys created sound distortion, while rain and hail further masked the threat. A 2012 study, Paul Steimer's, found why the 2011 Joplin tornado had so many fatalities. 10% of residents, up to 5,000 people, were unaware of the warning. Of the 90% who did hear it, 84% took the NWS alert seriously. 77% said they headed to the safest place they could find.
Man, that is looking ugly. And that's the tornado siren. Man, look at that. Well, that's not good.
5:29 p.m. On meteorologists' screens, the Hook echo became crystal clear. Strike was inevitable.
We've got some information on this storm. Let's go ahead and go to the Freeman First Alert Doppler radar. Galena is reporting, trained weather spotters in Galena are reporting now sightings of funnel clouds. Caitlin, you were telling me about that just a moment ago.
5:34, the tornado made landfall on Joplin's southwest side.
Public report, meaning that one of their train spotters hasn't seen it, but there's our tower cam.
And that would appear to be a power flash. That could be from a lightning strike, but that is the portion of the storm that we have been concerned with.
Tornado sirens once
again going off in Joplin. Those are definitely power flashes that we are seeing on the ground.
TV networks and phone lines were going down. There was no way to carry calm professionalism anymore, and no need. What they saw was terrifying. In moments, the studio was filled with voices of anxiety and fear.
Take cover.
Yes, please.
Right now.
Please,
I am telling you to take cover
right now.
We do have a
Folks,
tornado on the ground.
This is a tornado. Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation. We cannot stress this enough. If you are in Joplin, please take cover.
Then, the broadcast cut out. Darkness begins to swallow the city. 5:37 p.m. Just 3 minutes later, the tornado slammed into St. John's Regional Medical Center. Inside, over 180 patients and medical staff. They had received a warning. They followed the protocol. But time was not on their side.
Hospital that's right here cannot take any patients because the hospital has no power. It was hit very, very hard. You can see nearly every window in the hospital has been damaged. The roof severely damaged. Every vehicle in the parking lot is a total loss. They've taken all their critical care patients to a neighboring hospital, and that hospital cannot take any more patients other than life-threatening injuries.
The tornado ravaged the hospital, knocking out the main power and the backups. 5 patients and 1 visitor died on the spot. More followed in the days ahead. 5:39 p.m., Greenbrier Nursing Home. These would become the most harrowing minutes of a national tragedy, all within the walls of one building. It was a place for those who had already weathered their storms in life. And now, it stood directly in the path of another. Inside, around 90 people, elderly residents, visitors, nurses. The staff reacted quickly to the warning, guiding everyone into the interior hallway. They did everything right. Still, nothing is ever guaranteed. The hum turned to a growl, the growl to a roar. The building trembled and collapsed. 21 lives gone in seconds. 5:40 p.m. The tornado reaches Joplin's downtown core. Homes are wiped off the map. A security camera captured the street disappearing, frame by frame. But the storm was only gathering force, charging toward Joplin High School. Several wings of the school vanished. Surveillance footage caught the moment wind tore through the hallways. Windows exploded, walls caved, ceilings crashed down. Had graduation not been relocated to a university campus miles away, it might have been the funeral of 400 more lives. Days later, pieces of the school were found over 60 miles from the city.
I just found this happy graduation, I don't know if it's a necklace or what it is, but this tornado happened at the same time that the graduation ceremonies were going on here in Joplin. The graduation ceremonies, thankfully, were not happening at the high school itself because the high school was demolished. So just one situation after another. There's a story kind of every 5 feet you walk around here.
The nearby Franklin Technology Center, the region's vocational training hub, was also struck. Everyone inside during the impact survived, by some miracle. 5:42 p.m. Nature's blind fury struck the Harmony Heights Baptist Church. Inside, over 50 congregants had taken shelter. But tornadoes recognize no sanctity. They don't stop for reverence or for human fragility. 3 lives were lost. Their bodies were found beneath the crumbled roof. One of them was the pastor's mother.
The best mother a man could ever have. The solo that I sang was a special song that she requested that I sing. Just about the end of the solo is when they let us know that we needed to take cover.
As a symbol of faith and resilience, the church was later rebuilt, 5:43 p.m.